Hello. Today we are going to talk about how will you help your child to prepare and understand the concept of calendar and the concept of time. This you will do through all the goals you have in audition, in receptive language, expressive language, speech everywhere. Starting with auditory goals, we continue with 3-step commands. First, we were doing related commands where the 3 sentences were related to each other in a sequence and related to the child's experience, correct? Second time, we moved to unrelated commands where the 3 sentences were related to the child's experience but may not be related to each other. Now we are talking about 3 sentences the child has to remember which are not related to the child's experience but related to each other. For example, retelling a story. If you tell a story to the child, tell him to retell and see that the child tells the story in at least 3 sentences. If the child repeats any 2 sentences, help the child to give some cues to increase it to the 3 sentences. Slowly your child will be able to say 1 sentence from the beginning, 1 from the middle and 1 from the end and sum up the whole story in 3 sentences. The sequence will be correct. Coming to receptive language goals, your child should be able to understand the adverb of time. Like we did last time, we had introduced the adverb of time and the concept of time related to the parts of the day, morning, evening, yesterday, morning, evening, night. But next week, now what we are going to do is include it into the parts of the week. So the language related to the week. For example, yesterday, today, tomorrow. Again, concept of time comes now. Then again, with the adverb of time which we were using earlier, increase more vocabulary. For example, now, later, afterwards, never, sometimes, always. All these can be used during the daytime in conversation and in stories. For example, we tell the child, we always wash our hands before sitting for meals. We never hit children. Or sometimes we can go to the beach or to the zoo. So like this you talk about, or whenever it comes in the story, you use all these adverbs of time. Coming to preposition, add more prepositions now. For example, out of, away from, closer to, together, separately. For example, when you are talking about out of, you are going to language of math. Math language, this particular math language will help the child to understand the concept of subtraction. For example, you tell the child, give me 3 beads out of 5 beads. So actually you're subtracting 3 out of 5. So talk about this and away from, towards, closer to. Also use adverb of time together and separately. For example, the child is playing with a sibling or with a friend and then you say, you both together sit down and finish your meals. Or you both together play with this particular toy for some time. Or play separately. You put this puzzle together. Or you separately take each puzzle and play. So like this, you can use so many times whatever is the meaningful language. Coming to expressive language, the question the child should be able to understand was, when do you? So the same way the child has to now start using that. When do I play? When do I watch TV? When can I watch TV? So the child should use the question when because it is related to the concept of time. Also, the child should be able to use some of the adverbs because you are using for 2 weeks now, and see which adverbs of time the child is using, make a note of it. Which one the child is not using, you will have to reinforce consciously during the child talk, play talk, story talk, but focusing on that, paying attention to that, and at the same time making it meaningful and interesting. The child will learn to use these adverb of time. Coming to speech goals, start stimulating j. J and ch are very similar. So the child has to perceive the difference in these two sounds, j and ch. So it will help if you use these two together in an activity. For example, if you're making sandwich, you say, do you want to put jam on the bread or cheese on the bread? So the child has to say jam or cheese. Okay, you want jam on the bread. I don't like jam, it's too sweet. I will put cheese on my slice of bread. When you're talking about fruits, then talk about, you can use orange, cherries. So again, j and ch will come together. The same way, every time you don't have to do both together. You can do only j also and only ch also. For example, you talk about when you're going to the zoo or you're talking about animals, you talk about giraffe and jungle. Or otherwise, throughout the day, you can use ch like chair, child, picture, chew, so much you can use. So more auditory bombardment of j and ch together will help the child to perceive the difference and articulate each sound properly. Coming to book, this week we picked up the book Goldilocks and Three Bears. There are many versions, many books available of this classic story of Goldilocks and Three Bears. So if you read this story to the child, there will be, you know the story. Now in this, there will be 3 bears and they will be staying in a cottage. So what you can use? Joe, cottage. There was a cottage and Goldilocks walked into the cottage. Then there was porridge. Goldilocks tasted the porridge. Porridge, Joe again. Now again porridge will come, hot porridge, very hot porridge, cold porridge, and she liked the porridge, she enjoyed the porridge, enjoyed porridge, so much it will come. Then coming to chair, so many times you'll be talking about the chair. So every time you talk about the chair, there will be something to say, new one. For example, you say big chair, small chair, comfortable chair, cushions on the chair, broken chair. So ch will come so many times. So here j and ch, both sounds will be repeated. You can even take the book of another classic story, Three Little Pigs. Yes, where the wolf goes to the pig's house and says, little pig, let me come in. And the pig says, not by the hair on my chinny, chin. So chinny, chin, 3 times ch comes. And the wolf goes to 3 pigs' house, so 9 times ch comes. So j and ch will help the child to say it properly. Coming to the tips. This week tip is to make experience book. In experience book, there will be 5 steps. First is plan. Second is vocabulary. Third is photo. Fourth is review. And fifth is read. So starting with plan, you can use all the goals of your speech and receptive vocabulary and expressive vocabulary while you are making this particular experience book. So you plan, where are you going? For example, suppose you plan to go to the zoo. Take the child to zoo. Then what you will plan? Talk to the child. Tomorrow we'll go to the zoo. What will we take? We'll take some snacks with us. We'll make some sandwich. We'll make cheese sandwich. We'll make jam sandwich. We'll pack a basket. We'll go to the zoo. What time we should go? How we should go? What will you see there? There might be a giraffe. There might be a lion. There might be, sometimes there are two lions. Sometimes there's one lion. So you talk about this in the plan. In vocabulary, you have a list of vocabulary which you have planned, which you are using with j and ch, and again you are talking about the concept of animals who live in the jungle, animals who don't live in the jungle, who are pet animals. So the forest animals and pet animals you are talking about. So you will decide to use that vocabulary accordingly. Then photos. When you go there, you take the picture of your child with the animals, with the zoo outside the cage, of course, in front of the cage, which the child is more interested in. That photo will help to reinforce the language. Then review. After you finish the whole zoo visit, you talk about it. What did you see? Where did we go? What did you like the best? Which is your favorite animal? And talking about that, my favorite animal is so and so. Not only questions, giving your own comments, what you liked and what you didn't like. Then you come to review. You come home and say, let's make the picture of the zoo. So you can make a picture of the zoo, or you have a picture stuck on that page and write one sentence under this. We went to the zoo. Talk about it and say, take this book, read, help the child to read the whole sentence. You can even say, take this book, tell Papa about your visit to the zoo. Tell Grandma about this. So the child will get a chance to review it and the language will be reinforced again and again. And because it is child's personal experience and the child liked it, the child will learn it faster. Try this out and let me know, did it work for you? If you want to watch any other episode before this which you might have missed, then the link is given below, which will take you to the 40 weeks plan. See you next week. Thank you.